My name is Olivia, and I'm inspired by Natalie Tran's community channel. I feel like her outlook on life is very similar to my own. Anyway, this is a spiel about mastery and why I talk about mastery all the time. So, in order to gain mastery in any skill, you start somewhere. You try it out for the first time, you like it, you find an interest, or maybe you just have nothing better to do, and you keep doing it. Time goes on, and you keep doing it, and then you get better. Time continues to go on, you keep doing it, you get better. This cycle just keeps going until one day you're kind of like better than everyone else who's still doing the same thing, because either other people in your field have quit, died, or given up, have no interest in it anymore, and then you're basically like the last man standing, the last woman standing, doing the thing, and then thereby you are the master. You're so good at it because like you've been doing it longer than everyone else. Possibly you've made all the mistakes, so now it's just kind of like there just literally are no more mistakes to make. All of those things could possibly happen, and like you just keep going, right? Okay, so you might wonder, okay, cool, like great, but like what does that mean for me? Well, what it means is like, think about where you are right now, what you're in, and what your interests, skills, abilities are. I've known for a very long time that my interests and hobbies and preferences for some reason do not align with typical Black American counterculture. I've realized for a very long time that simply inhabiting my Black female body in the spaces that I occupy make me a role model. I'm using air quotes here because if you know me, you know that I've made a lot of mistakes. And honestly, I don't care because there's no one else here doing it. There's no one else. I'm always the only one. It's just me. So there's no one who can tell me I'm wrong or I should do it some other way or really critique me when they aren't willing or able to walk the walk themselves. Straight talk. Anyway, so one thing that I've learned about mastery that I think is important to take away into the future is to like find someone else. They don't have to look like you, they don't have to be in your location, they don't have to have the same educational experience or speak the same language as you. Just find someone, you can Google them, you can read books about them, listen to their podcast, whatever. Just find someone in your field, whatever niche field that you're in, and find out the person who's like doing it the best and that you in some way and figure out what they did to make them good and how they did it. Learn their story. Like for me, those people right now are like Sam Altman and Peter Abbott. So what did I do? I went and listened to their talks. I talked to them. I asked them questions. I don't know, I read their tweets and things that they share and understand who people are, who they admire and like. And then I look to those people sometimes and I pick and pull things that like I like, and I make a mental note of things that I don't like, and then I move forward with that information in my own life. And then there you have Olivia, version 1.0 of the things that I like from people that I think are mentors, and I've taken the traits and characteristics that I like, work ethic, and try to gain those abilities in myself. So here's a good example. In a talk that I listened to today, someone who I respect said, I read this book and it changed my life. And I thought, wow, I've never read that book, but there's something about this book that was interesting enough to this person who I respect that maybe I should read the book. I thought about that. I sat on it, and now I have decided to read the book for myself to form my own opinion. Maybe you could take that advice and use that to gain mastery. I mentioned in my previous talk, I listened to a interview today by Sister Soldier who said, if you do not fill someone's head with knowledge, how will they navigate the world? This is a great point. I feel like right now we are filling the Black youth's head with propaganda and like pipe dreams, and not with like reality checks and really like, you know, ethical rules of life. And she made some other really great points about how there's no loyalty among thieves. There's no ethical code among thieves. And I thought that was like a really good point. It's like, why are you expecting morality from immoral people? That doesn't make any sense, right? You can only, if especially, or someone who's like never had an education and they've never been surrounded by people who've had an education. And when I'm saying that, I'm pretty much talking about the process that one can go through to learn how to think critically about themselves and the world, which mostly sums down to someone's ability to question the things around them and not take them at face value. If you look at the people around you, you might wonder, yeah, why does everybody look the same? They all talk the same. They all do the same shit. They like the same music. They go to the same places. Blah, 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 right? It's because they're not critical thinkers. They're just like carbon copy duplicates of one another. Now, for white America, I think it should be like, let's make it plain. It's been working for them really, really well. But for Black America, it's been failing really, really well. So the lesson there, like maybe Black America should take a look at itself and really start to like understand systems, community building, and progression in terms of American capitalism and what those systems mean. I think that the people who are talking about buy Black, invest in Black businesses, I think that those people are on the right track. If you plan to live in free market capitalism and you basically want to survive and feed yourself and your family, that's how it goes, or else like build your skills and then try to compete on the world market. But I just think that's really hard, because in terms of like educational acumen, when you have so many Black children who are growing up in poverty and with families who are like illiterate and they don't have any study skills at all, I don't know how these children are going to compete with people who've been reading their whole lives and their parents are instructors and philosophers and doctors and lawyers and stuff. Like, academia has a culture too, and if you're not surrounded by that culture, you're probably doing the wrong shit. You're like going home and watching TV and drinking beer when you should be like building up your portfolio, stacking skills, and getting better at whatever it is that you claim to do. Yeah, so that's my little take around mastery. Whatever it is, like, especially if you're under 50, honestly, you have the ability to gain a new skill and become a master in it. You just need to start doing it for a long time, and you'll get there. Just don't give up. And that's it.